Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today is Book Club Day and I want to talk to you about a very interesting book, The E-Myth. E-Myth for me is one of the best books in business that I can think of. The moment that I read it, it actually changed my mind on how I think about a business. I consider it like the Bible. Everyone should read this book, even if you are a solopreneur, just one person starting a business, or you are a big business to multiple employees. I think you should still read this book. The value that it brings is amazing. For me, it was completely changing because when you start a business, you start like with a specific mindset, and probably that's not the right one. And this book will tell you why and how you can change that mindset. So what I've done is that I've grabbed 4 ideas from this book, and that's what I'm going to explain to you during the course of this video. So let's go ahead and see what those ideas are. Idea number 1 is that businesses are started by people like you and me, regular people. That's what we are, right? So we are not sharp-eyed entrepreneurs. We are not sharks. We are not millionaires putting money into multiple businesses. No, we just started from scratch and we started our way on a step approach, growing, right? So that's the idea number 1 of the book, is that businesses are started by people like you and me, regular people. And we usually come from a technical background. So we are good at a specific skill. We are actually doing, let's say, a day job, a 9 to 5, using our skills. And this skill can be, for example, let's say a plumber, carpenter, a software developer, an accountant, anything. We are doing that a specific job. And then at one point, it comes to our mind that why do this for other people? Why not be our own boss? And that comes into our head. And why not be our own boss, right? If I'm doing this job and I'm doing it so well, why not do it by myself for other people, for other customers, and I can get the money directly to me? And I can be my own boss and I have control of my own time. So that's the thinking that goes to our head. Why not do it myself? And here is the first issue that it comes when we think like that. This is the technician mindset, and what Michael Gerber calls in the book. Because we are technicians, we are very good at a specific skill. But starting a business doesn't mean that you will know everything from the start, because you are a technician. And being a good carpenter, a good accountant, a good software developer doesn't mean that you are gonna be a very good businessman. And that's where the first issue comes in. Idea number 2 is that there are 3 types of mindset that's needed to run a business. You have the entrepreneur mindset, the manager mindset, and the technician mindset. So the entrepreneur mindset is the one that is looking into the future. It's looking into markets. How can we sell our product? It is a disruptive person. It's thinking about innovation, how we can get our products into the market and get more money. What new markets can we get in? How can we change our product? How can we create a new product to get into a new market? That's what the entrepreneur is doing, looking into the future, driving everything. And it is a very disruptive person. It is a very disruptive mindset. The entrepreneur is looking for control. They need control. We need to control our environment so we know that we can get there and we can control the outcome that we're looking for. Then you have the manager mindset. The manager mindset, it's different. The manager mindset is looking into processes. It's looking into mapping out the inputs and the outputs and how can we get there and how can we do that in a specific manner, in a repeatable manner. So we can get into quality and we can get into quantities and we can get into all that, but in a specific process. That's what the manager is thinking about. How can we map that process? How we have determination? And that's where the first issue comes in, because the manager is going to be a little bit in opposite directions that the entrepreneur. The entrepreneur is disruptive, right? It's looking to innovate. The manager doesn't like that. The manager doesn't like disruptions. It likes things in a map out way. The technician mindset is the doer. That's the guy that is down there doing the things, and he knows and he has the skills to do the stuff, because that's the technician. That's where I come from. This is the accountant. This is the software developer. He knows how to do things and he likes to do those things by himself. Why? Because there's no one else that can do it better than him. We know that. We've been there. I've been there. Yeah, we think that there's nothing else, anyone that can do it better than us, and that's a big issue. The technician also doesn't like to be controlled, doesn't like processes like the manager wants, doesn't want any of that. He wants freedom. He wants to be able to do things whatever the way he wants. That's a big issue. When we start a business, all business owners have a very big technician mindset. But to be a successful small business, you need to have at least 70% entrepreneur mindset, 20% manager mindset, 10% technician mindset. Idea number 3 is that businesses go through different stages until they end up failing. The first stage is the infancy stage. So at this stage, we are the technician. The technician decided to be his own boss and then decided to start his own business. He's doing everything by himself. So he's doing marketing, sales, finance, operations, production. He's building the thing, he's doing everything. He's selling, he's calling people, he's doing marketing, he's doing the website. Everything is done by the technician. Everything is done by himself. At that point, that person is working a lot of hours. He's putting hours all the time. But he's happy. She is happy because the business is growing. He's doing what she wanted to do, be by herself. So at that point, we are a very happy person. We know that we're working a lot. We're probably tired, but it's because we're working for us. The next stage is the adolescent stage. And in this stage, the technician knows now, the small business owner knows that there is too much work. He can't cope with everything. So he decides to hire. And for this case, he hires another technician, someone that has similar abilities that he does. That's usually the first hire. And the first thing that the person noticed, the small business person noticed, is that I have more time now. I have more free time because some of the work can be done by that person and he delegates that to that person and he has more time. Now that he has more time, he feels a little more free, a little more happy. Some areas of the business start being neglected. Things are going smooth, I have more time, I can do other things. That's where things start going wrong. The next stage is the crisis stage. There's a lot of business going on. There's a lot of customers complaining. We have too much business. The first thing that the small business owners think about is scaling back. I want to go back to where we have fewer customers. It was easy to manage. I want to be small again, not that many people, not that many employees, because I want to be able to have control and have free time for myself. So that's the first thinking, scaling back. The other option is then scaling full. So some business owners, instead of scaling back, they decide to go full in and then start hiring and start growing as fast as possible. Think about a tech company. Raise money, it's grow. There's a problem with that also. It can lead to burnout to the small business owner. It can lead to burnout to the employees also and to the company. So you have to manage that also. So it's very different. It's also very risky when you are at that stage growing so fast because you may not be managing things very well. So you might go the bad way. The next and final stage is the maturity stage. So at this stage is the entrepreneur running the company. At this stage, the entrepreneur is looking ahead 1 year, 2 years, 5 years ahead, and it's planning. This is the key difference. At this stage of maturity, the entrepreneur is planning what's coming. How many sales are we gonna do? How many people do we need to hire to support that sales? How many people we need to hire in customer service to be able to attend our customer complaints? How many people we need to hire in operations so we can produce the right amount of widgets that we need to ship, for example? That's the entrepreneur mindset. Thinking about the future, how we're gonna grow this company and how we're gonna grow it at a sustainable level. That's the maturity. And this is when it comes up the difference between entrepreneurs that have done it before and entrepreneurs that have done it before. Because when you have done it before, you come from the technician mindset. And the technician mindset goes into the day-to-day. He's thinking of the day-to-day, he's not thinking 1 year ahead. But the entrepreneur is thinking ahead. And because he's done it in the past, he has experience. From day one, he's able to do that entrepreneur role from day one. And he's able to think about next year and 2 years ahead from day one. And that's the difference. That's why some businesses had started at the maturity phase right away, because those entrepreneurs have done it before and they know what they need to do, how to plan, how to hire, when to hire the right people, and what departments are the one that needs to be hired first. So that's why some businesses start growing right away, because the people that are running them have the entrepreneur mindset in them. They start from the beginning planning what they need to do. Idea number 4 is that businesses should serve your life. Not your life serve the business. You are not there to work in the business. We are there to work on the business. And this idea comes from systemizing our processes. How can we automate things? How can we make our processes as efficient as possible so that the business can run without us being there? So that's the thinking. The idea in this one is that can we make our business run without it depending on us? How can we do that? How can we automate everything? How can we map out all the steps that we need to get into that stage? And this idea you can compare it to the franchise movement. So think about a McDonald's or a Kentucky Fried Chicken, for example. If you see the back, you will see that one running the restaurant, for example, has a specific task that they need to, and everything is mapped out in those franchises. So when you start a franchise, you are given a template. You're given a book with all the processes for making the burgers, for doing the salads, for doing the French fries, for doing the pops, for doing the ice creams, for taking orders, for takeout. Everything is in that book, in that template. So when you start a franchise, you're given that book. That's why franchises have a higher rate of success than regular small businesses, because the templates are already there. They are proven and they work. So that's what we should strive for in our businesses. We should strive to have that same templates, those same books of processes of how to do things in our business. Why? Because then we are able to repeat those processes over and over again and have the same output, have the same outcome. And then we can hire people and delegate those tasks to them, and then they will be able to do those tasks without our supervision. That's the thing, we are getting ourselves out of the business so we can think about the future, think about new markets, think about new products, while other people is actually running the business. That's what I mean by not be there to be in the business, be there to be on the business. Final idea is to create plans for each area of our business. We have to create a plan or a strategy for each area of our business, so when we delegate, everybody knows where we are going. So for example, the sales department, you are gonna be in charge of increasing sales by 10% this year. That's your goal. Marketing, you're gonna be in charge of generating X amount of leads every month for the next year. That's what you need to do. Customer service, you need to lower the complaints. You need to lower the amount of refunds, the amount of returns that we do, for example. That's gonna be your goal. For our organizational department, for HR, for example, we are gonna build our organizational chart for our business. Even if it's just us, even if we are just a solopreneur, build an org chart of your business. And have a look at one of our videos. It's gonna show up over here on how to create an organizational chart for your business, even if it's just for yourself. Why? Because you will be able to map out your business, map out why you're gonna be hiring, what you need to hire, and then you can create those plans, those templates for each of those roles. So then you can delegate it. You can hire the people for those roles, and you can start having that business run itself. So that's it. I hope you like it. Sure, get the book. I'm gonna leave a link here in the description so you can buy the book and get it for yourself. It's really good. I recommend it for everyone. I think it's gonna be a great help. And again, be sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell so you get a notification every time I put a new video. I put one every week, and we're gonna keep doing these book clubs because I think they are very interesting. Thank you.